All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So this is going to be a quick video. We've been telling you that these days is going to come. Listen up.
Trafficking guns to allegedly incite a race war. The Justice Department says 58-year-old Mark Prato was planning a mass shooting and wanted to recruit others with racist beliefs. Court records allege Prato revealed his plan to FBI informants, which involved shooting up a rap concert in Atlanta, Georgia, because he believed there would be more black people there to shoot. Prieto wanted to carry out his plan sometime before the election. He's charged with firearms trafficking for use in a hate crime, punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Trafficking gun.
So, we've been telling you about Jacob's trouble. And also, this is just that ancient hatred that Esau Edom had for the Israelites. Matter of fact, let's start off with a scripture real quick. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. So that's one of the main reasons why they hate us. And it's actually the main reason. It's spiritual. This is why when you go back 2 chapters in Genesis 25, they was literally fighting in the womb that Rebecca was asking the Lord, why is this happening? And then he told her, there's 2 manners of people in your womb. All right. 2 nations should be separated at their birth. So, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father, because Isaac was sick and he was about to eventually die, are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. This ancient hatred never went away because it's in their spirit. So when you see videos like this,
to allegedly
okay, this man got caught. Do you know how many Edomites feel this way? Do you know how many Edomites is walking around here planning on doing this? And also is prophetic. It's called Jacob's trouble. And Jacob's trouble is not just Esau Edom, mowing you down with an AK-47 or a 357 or a 45. Jacob's trouble also consists of famine. All the things that we prophesy, all the calamities. Because remember, the scripture said that the judgment must start at the house of the Lord first, which is Israelites, okay? And also Israelites who know the truth. So you got 2/3 who heard the truth. Judgment's going to be real bad for you. It's going to be many stripes to them who know the Lord's will and have not done it. But this is ancient hatred, man. So when I read this scripture now, Revelation 12:12, because I'm going to show you something. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you having great wrath, because he had but a short time. So we understand when it comes to he know that he had but a short time, that's talking about the elites. Because the word have reached into the gates of the nobles. All right. So they scared, they tremble when they hear this word, because they understand the truth. That's why the scripture said they know that they have but a short time. But Esau Edom, he's looking at his kingdom slipping from his hands. So he want to take his anger out. He want to get his kingdom back. All right. That's why race wars is going to happen. Civil wars is going to happen. Class wars is going to happen. All right. So that's just one Edomite man planning on, shooting up a whole bunch of so-called black people at a rap concert. Good riddance. All right. Tied to 2/3 niggas anyway. But we still have to tell you about the judgment that's about to come. Since I mentioned Civil War. So saying I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which is Americans, because when you go to Revelation 11:8, the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, the great city is America. That's the greatest kingdom on the earth, even though it's declining now. But at one point in time, it was a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And that's Jeremiah 51:7. But now it's a dingy cup, all right? And it's circling the drain. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And it's saying they shall fight everyone against his brother. And if you want to be technical, Esau is our brother. We came out the same womb, all right? But the scripture said that 2 nations should be separated from their birth and 2 manners of people. And it said, and everyone against his neighbor. So this is everybody, okay? So this video is about Esau, Edom coming down against Jacob, but also it's going to be every hand against everybody's hand. All right? City against city, kingdom against kingdom. So the Lord is about to stir everything up. This is why the Lord said you're going to have to shorten the days. Because you got to ask yourself, if you're going to have World War III at the same time, civil war everywhere, the Lord going to have to shorten the time. Because he said he's going to shorten it for the elect's sake. But also, you got famine within there. You got pestilence within there. So the Lord is judging this place. But let's get back to Jake. Because that's what this video is about. Y'all got a rude awakening coming. Y'all didn't take heed to the prophets. Alas, for that day is great, so there is none like it. Is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. Let's talk about the elect.
Cite a race war. The Justice Department says 58-year-old Mark Prato was planning a mass shooting and wanted to recruit others with racist beliefs. Court records allege Prato revealed his plan to FBI informants.
And you know, since a man's goings is of the Lord, how then can a man understand his own way? Proverbs 20 and 24. It just wasn't time yet, you know. So this is why he was caught by giving his plans to an FBI informant, thinking that the FBI informant was a man like him. Because imagine if it wasn't an FBI informant, then this plan will happen. But it still can, because remember, it said he was trying to do this before the elections. If I'm not mistaken, the elections is in November. So this still can happen. And even this news getting out, that's going to incite Edomites to, you know, still do it. We got to do it for Mark Prato. I think that's what they said his name was. All right. So, but this is just ancient hatred. That's why the Lord said in Obadiah 1 and 7 that because of the violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you and you should be cut off forever. All the violence that Esau Edom been doing to us, every time that he get in power, Jake get the worst end of the stick. Okay? When he was the Greeks, when he was the Romans, when he was the Portuguese, when he was the Spanish, when he was the French, when he was the British, and when he was the American. So the point is that every time that Esau Edom is in power, Jake get it. What the hell?
Which involved shooting up a rap concert in Atlanta, Georgia, because he believed there would be more black people there to shoot. Prieto won.
So, all of this is prophecy. But remember, this is not just going to happen to Jake. This is going to be happening everywhere. It's going to be Edomites killing Edomites. Edomites killing Jake. Jake killing Edomites. The Lord is going to stir everything up. Matter of fact, let's read this again. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. See? So this is everybody. But who's going to get the worst in? Jacob. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. And guess what? Since Esau feel like his kingdom is slipping away and he want to take matters into his own hands, he's going to take anger out on the people that he hate. Esau Edom is jealous of you anyway. So that could just be an excuse. They feel like, you think they don't see the Hebrew Israelites? You think they don't see that every time that something happened to a so-called black person, you know, I mean, and now this is true though. Every time something happened to a so-called black person, every white person get blamed. Now, remember, the curses is being put on them now. Now, when a police officer do shoot down, you know, a so-called black man, you know, you read the comments, you start seeing people say certain things, and I'm talking about our people, you know, and then the news will even, you know, try to, because the news, they play both sides. They be trying to incite things too. And you got, I be seeing videos where Edomites talk about it's okay to be white. They be having signs and shit. They really feel like they being attacked. But guess what? It's a term called displacement. So to give an example, you get mad at work. I'm just giving the example. You get mad at work and you know you can't take it out at work. You want to choke your boss. You want to choke your boss, but you know you'll get fired. So what you end up doing, you come home and kick the cat, smack your wife or something. That's what you call displacement. So that's what Esau Edom is going to do to Jake. Esau is mad. He's doing bad. His kingdom is slipping. So he's going to take his anger out on Jacob. And the Lord is the one, when the scripture said he come down with great wrath because he know he had but a short time, that's the Lord's anger. So, but remember, this is not just going to be against Jacob. This is going to be against everybody. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. One people shall stand up and fight against another. And swords in their hands, the modern day swords in their hands. See, back in the day, we had bows, swords, swing, swing, swing. All right. Now it's pow, pow, pow. And it says, for there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and of course other actions still stand in their power. So right now, you still have, a government in play. You still got a president in play. You still got police in play. But in this time, ain't nobody going to be caring about none of that. They're going to take actions into their own hands. All right. So, yeah, man, it's getting serious out here.
To carry out his plan sometime before the election. He's charged with firearms trafficking for use in a hate crime, punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Trafficking guns.
So punishable up to 15 years in prison. Didn't say that he's going to end up doing the 15. That's a possibility. Now, if you get caught in the action, like imagine if a Jake got caught, selling drugs to an FBI informant, that's automatic jail time. This man is telling you what he was going to do, but it just basically telling you what can happen possible. And we'll probably never hear about this again. This is about to just, get slid under the rug like everything else. But the point of this video is to let Jake know that it's millions upon millions of Edomites that feel this way. So don't think because, this man got caught that this ain't going to happen. It's prophetic. It's going to happen. So to end it on this, it said, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of creation, which the Most High created unto this time, neither shall be. And except that the Lord have shortened the days, no flesh shall be saved. Before the elect's sake, whom he have chosen, he have shortened the days. All right, because you have to understand. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it on this now, since I read that. The scripture said, in the next city, let me just get it. So it says, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection. So everywhere it's going to be civil war, class wars, famines, pestilence, destruction. Because you're going to have World War III happening, civil war in America and all over the place. It said, for there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Remember, the scripture says that judgment must start at the house of Israel first, but it's going to trickle down to everybody else. That's why when we say Jacob's trouble is the world's trouble, they should be like madmen, sparing none. Now, that's a whole separate statement. But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they should be like madmen, sparing none. That's talking about everybody else. So, yeah, it's going to get bad out here. So, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and you'll be able to escape from these things. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and Shalom.